Hi, my name's Gina Hansen, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Bitcoin, specifically the dark side of Bitcoin and some of the cons that come with Bitcoin. But first, let's start with what is Bitcoin? It's been in the news a lot lately, it's very trendy. Personally, people in my own family and friend group are going out and mining Bitcoin, so what is it? So, Bitcoin.org describes it as an innovative payment network and a new kind of money. But what does that mean? I still didn't quite understand, so to try and understand in more layman's terms, I went to New York Magazine's article, Do You Really Know What Bitcoin Is? A Guide for the Confused. And that sounded exactly like what I needed because I was confused. They define Bitcoin as one unit of an anonymous digital currency, which is a theoretically untraceable and unhackable version of PayPal, more or less. It can get really confusing to kind of understand, but essentially, it's a digital currency that is supposed to be anonymous and theoretically untraceable and unhackable. But Bitcoin.org actually put out a video on what Bitcoin is, and I'm going to show that video because it does a pretty good job giving a general understanding, better than I can.
What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the first decentralized digital currency. Bitcoins are digital coins you can send through the internet. Compared to other alternatives, Bitcoins have a number of advantages. Bitcoins are transferred directly from person to person via the net, without going through a bank or clearinghouse. This means that the fees are much lower. You can use them in every country. Your account cannot be frozen, and there are no prerequisites or arbitrary limits. Let's look at how it works. Several currency exchanges exist where you can buy and sell Bitcoins for dollars, euros, and more. Your Bitcoins are kept in your digital wallet on your computer or mobile device. Sending Bitcoins is as simple as sending an email, and you can purchase anything with Bitcoin. The Bitcoin network is secured by individuals called miners. Miners are rewarded newly generated Bitcoins for verifying transactions. After transactions are verified, they are recorded in a transparent public ledger. Bitcoin opens up a whole new platform for innovation. The software is completely open source and anyone can review the code. Bitcoin is changing finance the same way the web changed publishing. When everyone has access to a global market, great ideas flourish. Bitcoins are a great way for businesses to minimize transaction fees. It doesn't cost anything to start accepting them, and it's easy to set up. There are no chargebacks, and you'll get additional business from the Bitcoin economy. For more information about Bitcoin, visit weusecoins.com.
So hopefully that gave you a better idea about generally what Bitcoin is and how it works. So now that we kind of have an understanding of what Bitcoin is, let's look at what's bad about it, because it sounds kind of cool, so what's bad about it? Investor Place's article on Bitcoin gives three major cons, which are number one, it's not real. It's a mathematical algorithm, which ties into number two, it's unstable and its worth can rise and fall dramatically at any given time. Because it's a mathematical algorithm, it's basically its value is being set by what we determined and how in demand it is, supply and demand, things like that. So its value rises and falls at any given time. And then number three, other coin is better. Its share in the market is falling. And even things like Dogecoin, which started as a joke, have gone up in value, while Bitcoin is starting to go down in value. Another quote from that article said, so Bitcoin is hot. It's a huge hedge and it's more than holding its value, but it's not real. Its value can fall fast as it rises. And in the world of cryptocurrency, anyone can be the Federal Reserve. So Bitcoin might be hot right now. It might be very popular, but it's not ultimately real and its value can fall just as fast as it rises. Some more disadvantages from a Stanford EDU article are that number one, Bitcoins are not widely accepted. It's kind of hard to find a place that will actually accept Bitcoin to spend. Number two, wallets can be lost. Just like you use your wallet in real life, you can lose your Bitcoin wallet. If your computer crashes, if something goes wrong when making a transaction, you can just lose that. And it's gone. There's really no, number four, there's no buyer protection. There's really no way of getting it back if you lose it. Number 3, Bitcoin valuation fluctuations. I talked about that a little bit, how the value goes up and down. Number 4, the no buyer protection. If it's worth less when you want to spend it than it was when you bought it, you can't return it. It's just yours, and that's just an unfortunate mistake that you have to deal with. Number 5, there's the risk of unknown technical flaws. Because it's so hard to understand, people miss things. So if something goes wrong when you're buying it, when you're using it, when you're mining it, those can still cause issues, and some of them are unknown, and really we don't quite understand how to deal with them yet because it's still so new. Number 6, there's actually built-in deflation. Number 7, there's no physical form, which makes it hard to grasp both physically and mentally. And number 8, there's a no valuation guarantee that goes with the, if you buy it for so much and it's worth so much when you buy it, it might not be worth the same amount when you go to spend it due to the fluctuation of the value. So conclusion, is it worth it? Is Bitcoin worth it? You can take a chance on Bitcoin, and who knows, you might strike it big. Like I said earlier, some of my own family, my cousin, and a couple of my friends go out and mine Bitcoin, and they do make a little bit sometimes. But in my opinion, it's overall not worth it, as the risks seem to outweigh the potential. And remember, that's not guaranteed, it's just potential reward in this case. And then lastly, I have some references, all the articles that I referenced, and the video as well. So I hope you learned a little bit about Bitcoin, how it works, and why it might not be worth it in the end due to the cons that go along with some of the pros. So I hope that you learned something, and that if you're interested in Bitcoin, that you continue to look into it further before you make that decision on whether or not to buy. Thanks so much for watching.